of a custom category, a niche. Is my way of explaining it. And just like, okay, for instance, like if you were looking for videos, and there are all types of categories, there's horror, there's action, there's drama, and then you have that niche, which is more of a custom category. Like for instance, street racing. That's a niche. That's a kind of a peculiar category because it's very different and not as popular as the norm in categories. It's different, and so it's kind of not used as much. And I think podcasting is gaining speed because we're seeing, if you pay attention to the news, whether it's on the radio, on television, that they're paying attention to it because people are gravitating to it. Not necessarily the media, but the media is paying attention as well. Media, that's the thing about media. Media pays attention to everything that's going on, everything that sounds halfway interesting or exciting, whether it be positive or negative. Now, you can take this podcasting and use it just like people in mainstream media. You could take a person with a camera that actually has some skill in using recording, editing, and things of that nature. Doesn't necessarily have to be a professional, but if they know what they're doing, then you could have them go out, or you could go out and cover a event, and it doesn't have to be a big event that's broadcast on TV or mainstream radio, but it's an event nonetheless. And so you cover it and you put it in your podcast, and doesn't mean that that's what your podcast has to be about, but that could be a segment in your podcast. Now, what you can add to it, if it's relative to what your topic is in your podcast, so you can see how podcasting can, it can be like I say, a tool, a media tool, a tool that you can use for promoting something, whether it be a cause. Like if you're an activist, it could be a tool to promote that cause and get the word out to people about what you're doing in your cause. So let's say, for instance, that you got a little project that you're doing. Let's say you have a friend that's doing a project, and so you come up with your video camera, and you tape him putting together a project. It could be a mechanical project, say he modifying a game system or something, and so he said he's going to modify this game system, and then he's going to put it on sale on eBay. And because they pay attention to your podcast, and maybe it's something that interests them, then they're going to pay attention to it, and then they say, "Wow, this is like new stuff. Hey, wow, I like this kind of this system, this game system, and this guy is has some technical skills, and he can fix this thing and customize it. Hey, shoot, might be able to use his abilities. Maybe he'll customize my system." Well, see, that's what it's all about, getting the word out, because you want to use that media, that tool, media tool to promote something. And so that's how podcasting can be a help and aid, a useful tool, utilizing it to, like I say, promoting but also, um, like you can use it in promoting sales. I mean, just look at television. No, look at radio. Radio's been around a long time. Yes, and we all know this. We've heard it. Our parents have heard of it, and it's been around for many generations before our parents. So, and you think it's been around a long time. They must be doing something right. Um, so, the way I look at it is that this podcasting can be um, the new style of radio. You know, something you can you know take with you mobily, and it doesn't necessarily you don't have to have a a signal or anything. You just because it's something that's pre-recorded, and the plus with doing recordings and pre-recording it, you can change it and customize it and make it almost like perfect. So this makes it easier than doing maybe say a live broadcast. Now, a live broadcast is a whole lot more difficult. And some people really like live broadcasts. Well, and that's cool. And if you have that quality and skill to do a live broadcast and you're good at it, I'm sure they're gonna have a lot of people that might even call on you to maybe broadcast something that you're doing, or could you mention this in your broadcast? Because I want to get a little attention coming my way. Well, everybody wants that. That's why people advertise. Businesses as well, small businesses, big businesses. Yeah, they all do it. And if you have a podcast that is starting to grow in its popularity, and people are starting to look to you to promote things, hey, this is the direction you want to go. And you might even have to hire staff, because you might not be able to um, cover every topic, event, things that you actually want to do, you know. Um, but I think even some people might throw money your way, even if say that's not even relative to your type of broadcast. If let's say you broadcast, your show is about, let's say, um, repairing things. You know, you got a repair show and talk about repairs and stuff. But somebody wants to talk about their art collection, and they're trying to sell some of their art pieces. Um, they might even turn to you just because you're getting attention, and they need the word to get out, and they're willing to pay. And I don't know who turns down money, so they might just even look your way. So just something to think about. It's different avenue that I've been, leaning towards, and it doesn't take a whole lot to do it. But the more you get into it, the more you're gonna want to be more professional. At least making the the podcast clearer. Have music intros and outros. So and having a clean format and everything organized, so people clearly understand the message that you're trying to get out, um, your aim or goal, and any other messages that you're trying to get out there, as well as maybe some folks that want you to advertise or put a message out for them. So you could get so popular to where you are putting out everybody's message except for yourself. But hey, hey, this is progress. So, and you might have to even start a second one just to get your message out and have someone else do that segment, and it's still progress. It's still part. You start actually building a small little empire, if you will. You have other people doing segments and stuff for you, because say you might hire somebody that has some skill or uh, understanding of particular topics that you have no familiarity with, so they could cover that in the show. And if, more people want to maybe advertise those type of things, so you could you know put them on as a host. Yeah, I mean, why not? I mean, it makes sense, and that gives somebody a job, you see. So that's actually contributing, helping folks. And a lot of people don't have jobs, but they do have skills, or they do have, something that they can share that will help somebody. So I think of it as a plus. Um, as long as like I said, if it's helping somebody, and if somebody else wants to put out some information about something they're doing, and you might probably want to research, make sure what this individual's doing that is actually helpful. So what I would do, if say somebody's advertising, then they give me all the information they give me, I subscribe to or submit to. Okay, great, but they could have an alternative motive, and say the customers that actually buy something or that they're putting out there through, and they got it through your show. What I would say to my listeners is that if anything you've heard in the broadcast from third party other folks that I've advertised or promoted that you have a problem or issue with, right back to you know um, you know the pocket, this no 9 to 5 blogger podcast show or something like that. So, and then it right back to you. Then you can contact those people who advertised with you and said, what is the deal? You know, what is the problem that you have? Because I got some complaints, and I don't like bad press. And if we're going to have a future where you're going to have more advertising or promoting your business, service, or whatever, I'd appreciate it if you would resolve any issues you have with your customers. You know, now I ain't trying to tell you how to run your business, but if you can't do that, then we might have to you know render our business arrangements null and void, because who wants bad press? You know, especially when it's not really you doing it; it's some third, fourth party, whatever that you're trying to help to promote. So I think it's only in their own best interest to resolve those issues, and we can continue in we can continue our business arrangement relationship the way it is. Okay, so I guess I didn't rant and raved enough, and went a whole half an hour. But if you have any questions or comments, you can send them to my email address, which is no9to5blogger@gmail.com. That's no9to5blogger@gmail.com. And when you put the 5 in there, it's not written out. It's actual number 5. No, no 5. No, the number 9. TO, and the number 5, and then blogger, right? No 925 blogger at gmail.com.